Hey, and good evening. Welcome to Wednesday night. I am Leanne Winston Psychic Medium. Thank you for joining me. I am sitting here in the dark a little bit tonight. My eyes are playing up a little bit, so I didn't want to have the light too bright in my face. So you will have to excuse the darkness. We do have some people joining in already. So my mum is here saying good evening. Ross, hey honey, how you going? Annalise, sorry, honey, if I said your name wrong. Good evening, and she is watching from New Zealand. Welcome, honey. And Diana is here as well, saying, hope you've had an awesome day. Thank you, honey. Same to you. All right. Before we do get into tonight's show, I just want to touch on some housekeeping rules. Just a reminder, I do ask people to help me spread the love. Invite friends and family to join in as well. You never know who's going to get that message or that bit of guidance that might be needed at the moment. Also, if you are watching from anywhere else but mytimetv.live, you need to jump over, as I said, to mytimetv.live so I can see your comments here in the background, like the lovely ladies that have already joined in. Now, I do remind people we have had a few scammers lately, and I do ask you, please, if somebody reaches out to you through the lives and asks you to PM them, DM them, send them a friend's request, please ignore them. They are scammers, and just block and report to Facebook. Now, also on that matter, just a reminder to those that do join me, that I do not send out friends requests. So if you get a friends request from anybody, I want to say check the spelling, because what they are doing, a lot of the scammers at the moment, is setting up fake pages and changing names slightly. It might be putting two names together or putting a dash or a comma in somewhere like that, and taking photos from our pages and then sending friends requests and asking you to join them, and then they harass you for money. So please do be aware of whatever or whoever's friends request you are getting, and make sure it is that person before you send it. Now, if it's coming from a business page, like they are trying to copy my page, I am a like follow page. I will never ask you to friend me in that way. Okay. Yes, there are some clients that I have become friends with outside of my work, but that comes from my personal page, not my work page. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, so we've got lots of hearts here. I love it. Thank you, honey. And we also have Steve saying hi. Hey, hun, how you going? Good to see you. I'm always inboxed. I always inbox you. Oh, okay. I get lots and lots of inboxes, hun. Right. So, and I do ask people, please, if you are inboxing me, be patient, because I do get a lot of scam stuff come through my inbox, as well as a lot of messages and stuff as well. And I will always get back to people. Say, Anasia, sorry, honey, if I've said that wrong. I hope I have got back to you. Louisa, how are you going, honey? I'm doing quite well, thank you. And Nolene is here as well. Hey, hun. And Diana says, oh, well, Anne, your hair colour. Any idea when I will get romance happening? It's been far too long between red roses, love out loud. Thank you for noticing my hair, hun. All right. I was going to talk about a subject before getting into questions. And just a reminder, I do ask people to ask direct questions. And if you want a card, hashtag card, because I will be using my Inner Soul Guidance cards tonight as well, that Deb and I have had published this year. Just on that, if anybody does want to buy a pack, they make a beautiful Christmas gift for anybody. They are very easy to use, and they are $39.95 plus freight. You can either contact me to get a box through myself if you want to pick up here in Mount Barker, or you can visit Inner Soul Guidance website.com.au, or you can see myself or Deb around at fairs between now and Christmas time as well. So there's some ideas for Christmas ideas if you're getting stuck. All right. And I see her saying, yes, you got back to me straight away. Beautiful, honey. I can't remember who I get back to and who I can't. A lot of that stuff's not my information to hold on to. So you will have to excuse me with that. So Diana was just talking about love. So let's go back to that before I get distracted. I have spirit playing with my nose, so do excuse me with that. Honey, have fun, put yourself out there, let the inner child come out and play. When you do that, I get the feeling love is going to flow, okay? So let go of the fears, the blockages that are holding you back, and just put yourself out there. And I want to say love yourself as well. So whether you've been questioning yourself or doubting yourself a little bit lately, I just get the reference, go back within, love yourself and see that energy and let that energy radiate out. Others will be drawn to that beautiful energy, that big heart of yours. All right. When you go with the flow, my feeling is it's not going to be too far away and it's going to find you when you least expect it. All right. So I'll leave Diana with that question. Before Spirit's really trying to get my attention. Sorry, they can stop it now, please. Before I do jump into more questions, I've had something on my mind all day, and I had a conversation with a beautiful friend and medium, Jay Lane from the UK this morning. I was doing some computer work and opened up Facebook, and she was live, and I said hello, and she asked me to come up. So I had a quick conversation with her, and it sort of triggered something with Spirit from that conversation and what we were talking about as a reminder for people now. Now, I'm not sure why I'm being reminded to let people know or to remind people even more so in that sense. So for Jay's show, obviously she's quite a few hours behind us. So this morning it was late evening last night there for her. And it was her mum's 11th anniversary of her passing. So she was talking about her mum in general. And while I was talking to her, I started getting messages from her mum. So I felt the need to give back that information because Jay is such a beautiful soul that's always out there reading for everybody else. So as a medium, it was really nice to be able to give another medium some messages. But from that, it's kind of like Spirit is reminding us, and I know Jay is aware that Spirit is very much around her. She sees the signs. Not everybody understands or sees the signs or allows themselves to feel their loved one's energy. And I guess where Spirit is going with this is it's like a reminder. And I know so many people have been through so much this last 12 months or even this last 2-3 years. We have been through testing times. And usually when something is out of balance or going on in our life, we will reach out to a loved one when they were here and talk through it, get some guidance, have somebody to talk to, unload on whatever, however it worked for you. Just because that person is no longer here in the physical form doesn't mean they aren't there for you to be able to do that still. Roz J is absolutely beautiful and always on point. I will get her back on my show again, but it will be a morning show because of the time difference for her. So I'll let you know when that comes up. So, it is really important to allow yourself to feel that energy, give yourself the permission to feel that energy. And I understand some people do struggle with that because of the different ways that we grieve, our belief systems and stuff like that. And that's fine. There's no right or wrong way to go around that as far as I'm concerned. We all do things in our own way. So I guess from the message that's coming from Spirit is trust. Trust and surrender. Know your loved ones are always around you. They are there to guide you if they need to. They are there to let you know that you're not alone, that you are being protected. Roz, can I get you to take care of that long message in the comments, hun, if you're on the right device to do so? So know and trust what you feel. Some of you may find that you just have thoughts, feelings that pop up out of nowhere. You could be busy doing something one day and a memory, or you might hear those words, and it could be in your own voice, that pop into your mind that a loved one would have said to you in certain circumstances. or a memory of something you did with them or the way they did things. That is their soul with you. Spirit will quite often find ways to show you the signs. For some people it is music, it is birds, butterflies, rainbows, all that fluffy stuff, so to speak. They may put different things in front of you. The music, the sound, like a song that might have a meaning to you. It could be a funeral song. It could be a song that you heard or listened to regularly. It could be a song that is constantly getting your attention. Look at what that song means. Look at what the words are. What is the meaning in that stuff? And we do go through times where Spirit will let us know that they are around us more. So they will let us know in the lead up. It could be a lead up to a birthday celebration, family coming together. It could be their anniversary. It could be multiple things that they say. It could be multiple ways they give us the signs. Don't go looking for the signs. Trust when they're put in front of you. And when things catch your attention, take note. And I always say to people, and here goes Spirit with my nose again, and that can be another way that they will get our attention, is that gentle tickle to the nose, the touching of the face, the playing in the hair and stuff like that. Some of us will get goosebumps. I'm getting all the symptoms in the way that Spirit will let us know that we are around. So they're giving me the physical stuff tonight. So look at what's going on in your life at that time when the signs are catching your attention, especially if something keeps repeating itself over and over or getting your attention. It means that you're not seeing or hearing the signs. They will keep pushing and pushing to get your attention. I always say trust that first thought that comes into your mind. If you are doing something and all of a sudden you see a rainbow and you think of dad or mum or auntie or whoever it is, that very first thought is that true connection with Spirit. It is our monkey mind that steps in. Excuse me. I feel like I've got hay fever, but I know it's not mine. I'm going to acknowledge that shortly. So, like I said, trust that first thought that comes in. That is that true connection with Spirit. It is the second thought is what I call our monkey mind. Did I want to think that? Was I imagining that? That sort of thought pattern. That is very much the monkey mind. That's your human mind sticking in that sense, the lower conscious mind. Stay in that higher consciousness. Trust what you get. Spirit is full on tonight, and I will get into that. Please do ignore the messages that are coming through, guys. There is a lot of spam coming through at the moment as well. All right, so trust that stuff. Okay, go with it. Allow yourselves to feel it, because when we do let the walls down and we allow ourselves to go with that energy and to feel our loved ones, just because they're not here in the physical form doesn't mean that they're not here altogether. It's like an energy imprint that's left behind that we pick up on, that we can read, okay? So just because they can't be here in the physical form for one reason or another, they will let you know they are very much around you. And sometimes as time goes on, you may not need to feel them as much, all right? Doesn't mean they're not walking over you. It doesn't mean they're not there to protect you. They have just stepped back a little bit. Your loved one could be gone 20 years. Now, I know my grandmother and my grandfather have been gone quite a while, and I think my grandmother would have to be like 31 years, doing the sums quickly in my head. Okay, thanks, Roz. And that those thoughts that do pop up are very much her energy around me. And for me, sometimes it's hard to feel my own loved ones. It's easier for me to connect with other people's loved ones and to give messages. But when it comes to my own loved ones, it's kind of like the emotion steps in. So for me, it's easier to go to somebody else and get those messages for that rather than reading for myself. So let me know in the comments. Now, I'm just going to put people's comments up so you know I'm acknowledging you. Julia says, hi, Leanne. Lovely seeing you in Bordertown recently. Thanks, honey. Hoping to be back probably in January with that. Hey, Nat. Guys, let me know in the comments what it is that you feel. Let me know what you're drawn to. Is it, if you're not sure if it's spirit, well, ask the question. I am happy to help you as much as I possibly can. All right. So we do have lots of questions coming in. Caroline's here. We've got Tamara here. Tasha's here. I'm drawn to yours, Tash. Having a mole removed tomorrow, being told it's cancer, will it be okay, please? I do feel it will be okay, honey. What are you needing to let go of? Because, hey, Tash, sorry, Tash has got high, and then I'm working up the comments the opposite way. When I read your question about the mole and being cancer, I actually got let go of the past, honey, with that, okay? Take a deep breath too, because I just feel like you're not breathing at the moment in that sense. It's that shallow breath. All right, Diana says, it's so weird, the timing of your talking about this for me as well. Oh, wonderful. And it's weird because I've been drawn to this all day. Like, I'm in hours now. I was still in my pajamas talking to Jay live on her show today, and I was like, I've just had it in the back of my mind all day. People need that gentle reminder that their loved ones are still around them. They can help them through whatever. Now, the other thing that is really important, hey, Sarah, is the fact that spirit hears us. They hear our thoughts. They hear our voice. So speak to them and trust what it is that you get back, because they will use what I call our senses. You could call it your six senses if you like. The clairs. So your thoughts, your feelings, the knowing, taste, hearing, all that sort of thing. We get information in different ways. Excuse me. Okay, I'm just going to bring this one up. Pod says, Leanne, a dear friend of mine has gone missing. Her name is Lila, and she's disappeared 2 months ago. She went to visit her boyfriend and hasn't been seen since. Any information, please? Actually, this is why I can't catch my breath. Okay. All right, hun, there's a lot to that, and I don't know that a live show is the way to go. I don't have a good feeling about this one, honey, okay, because I'm actually, and I reckon it was probably around the time, or, the last, probably the last 10, 15 minutes that I've been struggling to catch my breath. So whether that was around the timing that you put your question up, or it might be just coincidental sort of thing, but my chest is very heavy and I actually feel like I have water in my lungs with reading that, okay? I think, can I ask you, maybe inbox me tomorrow and touch base with me, and maybe that's something we can have a personal chat in an inbox message with that side of it. Okay. All right. So I might leave that for now. For those that don't know, I do work on cold cases, murders, missing people, and have in the past worked with some police on different stuff. It's not something I normally talk about. Now, in saying that, I recently had somebody that reached out and asked me to look at the Cleo, the little 4-year-old Cleo's case. I kind of have boundaries around this stuff, okay? Now, I'm happy to help people where I can, but it really, for me, it's more important that the families reach out, okay? Pod, I understand it's your friend, and I'm okay with talking to you about that, but there is a very fine line between what can be, especially when there's rewards and stuff set up, Because quite often when somebody goes missing or there's a reward come up that the government releases, I get inboxes all the time asking me to look at different cases. I'm not comfortable giving over information to people that are not the family, immediate family, or cannot provide me with proof that they have the family's permission for me to look on cases, or is a detective or a member of the police force in that way. So I just ask people to keep that in mind as well, because there is a very fine line. And when we work on cold cases, murders and stuff like that, it then can also become a security issue as well. All right. So I don't know why I need to explain this, but if I was to go to a police officer that I didn't know and give over information about a case or somebody missing, what do you think is going to happen? I know what's going to happen. I will be suspect number one, and I would have to prove, and I've had to do it with police before. I've had to prove who I am, why I would have the information I've got, where I got it from. And a lot of times, especially in murder cases and stuff like that, cold cases, they won't believe you until you can take them or give them a body. All right. So it's a very fine line with that sort of stuff. So Pod, I would be quite happy to have a small conversation in the background with you. But if you are in touch with that person's family, your friend's family, I am very open to them reaching out, and I do donate my time when I do this stuff. It's not something I charge for. We'll go further into it. Okay, so just, keep that in mind. Maybe if you want to go further with that, tomorrow might be a good time, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. All right. Caroline's here. I'm not sure if I said hello to you, honey. Tamara, did I read your question, hun? Hi, Leanne. Do you see the department opening up a case with my daughter had disclosed, and will they help us with support? And thank you. I do get yes to that, honey, but I get the feeling it's going to be a long journey. So it's something you're going to have to continually push in that side of it, okay? It's going to be hard work, but I get you're heading in the right direction, okay? I think I said hi to you, Nat, before. Hey, honey. Jacqueline is here saying hi. Beautiful. And I did mention Julia before saying hi. All right. Diane is saying, what about when they come to you in the dreams? Is there a way of knowing it's just a dream or a real visit? Perfect question, honey. I like your thinking. Now, I always say when the dream feels so real, it is them. Okay. So it is very common for spirit to connect with us in our dream state, because we are in a state where we're more relaxed, more open. It's not so much that fear or flight mode that we can get into in our own heads. So if it feels like your loved ones, please trust it as your loved ones, okay? They will give you messages. They take note of what the dreams mean. What is the feeling that you come away with when you have that dream? Okay, lovely question. I like. It's a good question. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Jenna. Kat's here. Hey, honey. Kerry is here. Now, we do have some of our lovely members down in the green room. Well, let's bring Sue up and say hello to Sue. All right. Okay, what have I got to do? There we go. Let's get rid of that one. I only need two screens. How you going, hon?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. You had a lovely week so far?
I've had a great week, thank you.
Busy girl?
Yes, just a little bit.
Slightly.
Oh, gosh. And what about you?
Yeah, it's been a crazy week. There's some massive energies moving through. I just feel, I don't know if people are noticing they're feeling more creative, a little bit more focused, more determined, get things done, more on par type of thing. It's kind of like this push really quickly to move forward at the moment. So it's like because, of course, Leanne agreed to take on a fair with about 4 weeks' notice of setting it up to running it.
Of course you did.
Yeah, that's it. I said, I would like you to do one before Christmas. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Let me just organise that.
Yeah, that's it. But then I come home to find out that my beautiful VA, Joanna, had been taken to hospital with COVID over in the Philippines. So it's it's been a long couple of weeks without her. So, but that's okay. We work things out. So I made mess, but that's okay. She's back now to clean it up. You've got to love it. So it's been very interesting.
Where is this event that you're holding?
This one's at Colonnade Shopping Centre. So I've been asked to do Colonnade Shopping Centre, which I'll do twice a year, and Elizabeth Shopping Centre, and possibly one in the car park of Castle Plaza as well. So it's going to be interesting.
Let me know when you're at Colonnades, because we might bump into you with my mum.
Beautiful. Well, we're there on the 11th of December, so I won't actually be reading on the day, but I'd love to meet your mum because I'm hosting it. I'll be the nutcase running around, keeping everything in order. Or passed out in the corner, one of the two.
You're one of the two?
Yeah, that's it. So I'm looking forward to it. Got some amazing stall holders coming together, so that's good.
That's great.
Beautiful day. And we've got Santa Claus right in the middle of us with his magic cave. So
nice.
Yeah, I don't think we can sit on Santa's knees anymore, but
and we can't say ho ho ho.
Well, that's not fair, is it?
It is not.
No, bring back the good old days.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's it. So beautiful. Did you have a question, hun, that you would like to ask?
Yes. So just a couple of things. One is whether Dad has any messages for me specifically about Mum.
Okay. What is the reports or the paperwork around Mum? I feel like I'm actually flicking through doctor's reports.
Yeah, I was just there at the doctor's today as he was flicking through his notes because she's in quite a lot of pain and they have to up her pain medication because she started to self-medicate with kind of, the next day's dose of painkiller. She'd taken it the day before. Because she's been in so much pain. She's just been in tears and it's hard for her. She's lost motivation for food because that means getting up and cooking stuff, but she also doesn't have an appetite for eating. And so it's kind of gone in a bit of a vicious cycle. So they're going to increase it. The problem with that is there's a fine line between helping her with the pain and her confusion and imbalance increasing. So there's this fine line. Yeah.
And that's the thing I get. You've got to be very careful of that. Can you get help in with her?
So we've got help in, and now we're getting her some meals prepped because my sister and I were getting, those things done. She likes the idea of being able to make something as she feels like it, but she's just, and today she said to me, I need to go somewhere. Like she said, I don't think I can be at home anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't feel she's actually in a situation where she's safe at home because I get the forgetfulness. And when you said that she likes to prepare something when she feels like it, I actually feel like leaving the stove on, doing things like that she's forgotten to turn off or double check in that way with that. Now, when it comes to her health, I actually feel there's infection sort of thing. I feel like I've got white blood cells higher than the red sort of thing. So I'm not trained in medical, as you know, but I'm not sure with infection what goes high, but I actually feel like I'm going to be looking at her bloods and having the white cells higher than the red than normal sort of thing with that. So I get the feeling there is infection. And I actually feel like I'm looking at bone with that sort of thing. So whether it's attached to the bone or within the bone, but I just get that's where the pain's coming from, sort of thing. So I don't feel like it's coming on completely, but it's not going away. It's not getting better, sort of thing with that side.
Yeah, it's getting worse. So we've taken her to get scans
Yeah,
So she's doing
perfect.
scans next week.
Yeah.
I might also ask him to do some blood tests.
Yeah, good idea. Because
Yeah.
I get the feeling he just needs to be looking right across the board, so to think. So more than just your standard sort of stuff, he needs to think outside the square, because I actually feel like her body is sort of hiding the symptoms a little bit. So something could be masking, like the pain could be masking what's actually going on. I feel warm with mum's energy. So whether she's sort of feeling like she's got, I don't want to say a high temperature, but feeling warm, like you're about to move into a temperature with an infection type of thing with that.
Yeah, interesting you say that, because she said to me today, I've been heating up, but she said when I put the thermometer, it doesn't read more than, whatever normal thing is. But she started to get some, like she's breaking out on her lips with something, how there's like an internal thing sometimes. So
like the body's fighting something, but it's not presenting itself fully.
Yeah, so
sort of
I
thing
might
in
actually,
that side. Yeah, so I'd be pushing for that, because my feeling is when they start to look at the bloods, they're going to see that the whites, like the white cells. I want to say white. I want to say one lot of cells is higher than the other, but I'm very much drawn. I keep going back to the whites. Sort of thing in that way. So it's getting on top of it. Yeah, she's tired too at the moment, more than normal. She's strong, though.
Very much so.
She's strong.
Sorry?
She's very strong. I'm actually impressed that she's saying that she needs help, because that's unusual for your mum, is the reference I'm getting. So,
well, yes, and also to be saying, put me in somewhere, which is a really hard thing. And she said to me, she said, the worst thing, she said, is I don't want you guys to come home and find me dead. She said, I won't know, but I don't want you to have that memory. She said,
thinking.
She said, at least if I'm somewhere, someone will call you and they'll be the first ones to see it. So she's quite,
But that's the thing. I get she's thinking, but then you've got the forgetfulness. So it's sort of kind of like flicking the switch, so to speak. She comes and she goes in those waves.
Yes, she does.
Sense.
Yeah.
And I do feel like it's scaring her a little bit, that she knows that she hasn't always got that clear clarity as well.
Yes. Yeah,
in that
she doesn't
sense.
like that. Yeah, she doesn't like it when she doesn't have the clear clarity. It frustrates her, because mum has always been very sharp. Like that's been her thing. And so she finds that a little bit tricky to navigate, and she masks that it upsets her.
Yeah, I was going to say, because she's always held it together for everybody else and taken care of everybody else. So for her to say she needs to go somewhere, that's massive for her. I want to say, look at the words, the things that she is saying, because my feeling is there's going to be little things that comes up that she'll let you know that when she's ready, sort of thing. So I get the feeling, in her way, she will prepare you before that time comes. Sort of thing by the words.
Yeah, and maybe that's what she's sensing at the moment, why she's saying, have me somewhere else.
What's going on with her skin? Because I feel like I've got skin irritations, like dryness.
She's got some dryness of the skin. And she, is trying to put moisturizer, and they did have a look at it, and it's not eczema, but it is drying of the skin.
Yeah, because all of a sudden it's just like my forehead feels like it's gone really dry and scaly. Sort of thing. So, and
she's a bit red.
And the more moisturizer she's putting in, the more it's irritating it, is the reference I get with that. But it's kind of like the body is just soaking it up at the same time. So she may need something with a little bit of a steroid or something in it, like a steroid cream or something.
I might need to add that to a list. I probably should have seen you before I went and saw the doctor.
The psychic wrote me a list.
Excuse me, Leanne said,
check this.
Here's a list. Yeah.
I actually did that for somebody one day. I said to him, go into the doctors and ask him for this specific test. And the doctor just looked at him and went, how do you know about that? And it was to do with the Epstein virus. And I had read about it mostly in a book sort of thing, but Spirit drew me to it. And it's not something they would test for unless they had a real reason to test for it.
Yeah.
And it came back positive. So, it was easy fix.
Go.
But
so, okay. Steroids for the skin and blood test.
Blood test, look at the white blood cells, what they're doing with that side of it, and maybe look at somewhere for her to go. Well, she's got that clear mind to be able to make decisions too. Because I get that's pretty important for her.
Yeah, and she had a conversation with one of my uncles, and he was telling her about a particular place which is really good, and because he and his siblings had his dad in there, and he said we checked out a lot and we were fussy, and that was very clean and very hygienic and lovely. Yeah. So that kind of, off of the back of that, she felt a little bit more comfortable, because she is fussy with smells, my mum.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And, she's very fussy with smells. She can pick up smells like a hound dog, if that's what hound dogs do. I don't know.
Yeah, the nose in the air sniffing.
Sniffer dogs.
Usually as you get older, I thought that'd be something that would get less.
Her smell, I tell you. My brother says that I take after her, because I do pick up on smells a lot. But my mum's like on another level.
I love it. Actually, think about it. I'm a bit the same. Smells, like if the dog farts, I'll smell it before anybody else. And if there's a helicopter coming, I hear it well before anybody else, sort of thing. So I don't know if it's just that tone sort of thing. I'm going, well, here comes the helicopter to the hospital, because we're not far from there. And they're like, how can you hear that? And then within 20, 30 seconds, it's like, oh, there it is.
It's there. You were right.
I think I pick up on the hover more than anything. The feeling of it. So, very interesting.
Yes. Hopefully, all right. So I'm going to take her to visit this place. I'm a bit conflicted around this whole thing, because, that sense of, I don't want her to feel abandoned, if that makes sense.
I honestly feel she's ready for it now. Like before now, she's not ready. She's been okay with a bit of hospice care here and there sort of thing. Respite care, not hospice, sorry. But now I actually feel she's ready for it. She's thinking. So I want to say, like for you, it's about finding peace in that situation, that she's going to be cared for and feeling at peace. I think she's going to shock you. She's going to walk in and she'll know the place and go, yep, I'm ready for this. This is where I need to be. She's a lot more open-minded to it now.
Yeah, so, she really is.
Which is good. Yeah, she's ready. It's just like you've got to catch up to that. It's got to be hard.
Just wait a minute. Don't get too excited, all right?
That's it. Give me a moment to process this, Mum.
I know. I think it's just my own feelings of, am I doing the best thing for her?
Exactly.
Am I being, a good enough daughter, by putting her in a home and not bringing her to my home and looking after her there, So it's just my own.
Your mum wouldn't want you to look after her. She still wants that dignity. And by having somebody else do it that's not family, gives her that. The other thing is also, when you were talking about it, the back of my mind, it's like, I know Mum's aged, but it's like you need to sort of realize it's that aha moment. Mum has got old, that she needs that care, sort of thing. She's always been so strong, and held it together for everybody, sort of thing. So it's kind of like that foot is now changing, even though you've been there and helped Mum through, the last couple of years with the ups and downs, with the falls and everything else. So
yeah.
Okay. Remember to nurture you through it.
Yes, I know. I'm trying. I'm just trying to squeeze little spaces in. And the other quick question I had is there my guides? Is there a message from my guides for me?
I just got straight away, stay grounded. Where are you not able to speak up or not being heard in the way you need to be at the moment? Because I'm picking up on the blocked throat chakra all of a sudden when you asked that. You're not asking clear questions lately, are you?
No.
I like the way they did that. They gave me the blocked throat chakra, and then it's like she's not asking clear enough questions. So
Yeah.
I want to say make them crystal clear. So you whether you're putting a little bit of doubt into it or you're sort of up in the air in your own mind at the moment, that those questions are sort of coming across in that unsort of balanced energy. But ask clear questions, you will receive the answers with a big smile. I just got. I love that. I think that could be a lesson for myself.
Something we both needed to hear.
Yeah, I need to ask questions in a different way, I think.
Yeah. Maybe trust that you're going to get the answer that you know. Yeah.
And I think sometimes we already know the answer. We just need that clarification, that sign sort of thing with that. And it's funny because I have times where something will just pop in my mind and I'll be drawn to an area or a thing, and then I'll forget about it. Then all of a sudden it'll come up again. And I actually got reminded of that the other day when I held the Melbourne Cup a couple years ago and got told 23, and I sort of acknowledged it, forgot about it, and then that horse won that year. And there was just something I got. Walkerville came up a couple of months ago for me, and all of a sudden I got reminded of it again yesterday. That thought you had a Walkerville. And I'm like, well, give me more information. Don't just leave me hanging.
I need a lot more details.
Yeah, that's it. I don't want to bloody do my head in thinking about it. I haven't got that much time. But it is taking notice of the signs, the messages that come through.
Yeah, totally. It really is. So it's ask clearer questions. Yep. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Yeah. This is the time to ask clearer questions, but I get the reference to you're on the right track. So, yeah, beautiful. All right, honey. Well, all the best with it. I can hear your mind thinking of me, your mind.
I'm like, okay, where do I need to ask clearer questions? Yep. Where am I not speaking up?
Well, I think the speaking up is more like that blocked throat chakra. So to me, the blocked throat chakra is very much about communication, speaking up, or not being heard in the way you want to be. But my feeling when I asked you that question, I got she needs to ask the questions more clearly. So to me, look at the communication with your guides at the moment. Just make it crystal clear.
Okay, so it's my communication with my guides asking clearer questions.
Yep.
Okay.
Precise, clear, no room for interpretation.
Where is the money?
Exactly. I've always asked that question.
Can I be any clearer?
And it's funny, then I get an email saying somebody's just booked a reading. It's like, thank you. Put a few more zeros on the end. Another 10 in that one email would be great. Wonderful. All right, hon. Good to see you. We must catch up again.
Yes, definitely. See you, gorgeous.
Bye. Good luck with Mum. Bye, hon.
Thanks. Bye.
Oh, such a beautiful soul. All right, let's jump over to Nicole and say hello to her. Hey, honey, how you going?
Good.
That's good. How's your day been?
Good. Now, that's Sue that was on before, wasn't it?
Yes, that's Sue.
Yeah, very similar to what I went through with my dad.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we were talking about that and nurturing yourself, I sort of glanced down the bottom of my screen where your picture was, and I just thought, Nicole knows exactly what we're talking about.
If she needs to talk, she can, I'm more than happy.
There we are, Sue. I can put you in touch with Nicole.
I've been through it all with the nursing homes, and it's so hard.
Yeah, that's it. And the same thing, you cared for your dad for so long before having to go down that pathway of making those decisions and, hospitalisation and all that stuff. So Sue, if you need to, I can certainly,
I'm here.
With Nicole's permission, put you in touch.
I've got some intuition before, but
beautiful. So are you trusting that intuition?
Yeah, it's pretty full on at the moment.
Yeah, cool. What's the signs that you're getting from your brother lately?
Oh, hang on a minute. Mark, my husband's just walked in the door.
As soon as I went live, my husband walked through. Now he's not normally home for another half an hour.
Right. So on Sunday, this is why, it was funny because you were drawn to me today. I had to renew my membership, and then you're saying about all these signs, and then Sue, it's all coming. So on Sunday, I've been a bit upset up and down lately. Yeah. And on Sunday, I had to bath April. I had her in the bath and came out, spoke to my husband, and got a bit teary because I'm up and down my dad. And then I just said, I feel ever since Dad's died, my brother's gone. That was just what I was saying. This is how I feel.
Yeah.
And I said, I just feel like he's not there anymore. I just feel like empty, and I hope Dad's okay because I don't feel my dad, and I just hope that everything's okay. Anyway, I had to go inside. I said, look, I'll be back in a minute. I'll go and get April. The next minute, buddy, Darren's song came on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just burst into tears. Yeah, so he hasn't gone.
No, he's still there. They will let you know.
How freaky was that, the song?
I love it. And then I'm talking about signs when we come live. I'm picking up on the emotion. So please know the emotion that I'm taking on is the emotion that you're experiencing lately as well. Now, I get the reference to you not feeling your loved ones in spirit as much because there is a lot of grief still to be done to deal with in that sense. I get the reference to, and it's funny because I'm playing with my ring and that usually means look at the relationship. Would I be right in saying you're sort of closing down with your grief, you're bottling it up, you're not letting your husband in to help you with that as much as what you would normally in the past?
I think I'm not being myself at all, really. I think I'm...
Yeah, okay.
I've changed a lot since Dad's died.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's no right or wrong way to grieve. We all do things in our own way, and I get your husband's very understanding of what is going on. So he's there to support you, but I also get the reference to it is about allowing him in, okay? So I always say to people, don't be scared to show the emotion because the more you bottle up that emotion, the more it will manifest in that side, and it gets to the stage where it's harder to control. So you could be at work, you could be driving the car, and all of a sudden the emotion starts to move. But what I'm very much drawn to, and I think you've got to stop putting so much pressure on yourself as well. You had to hold it together and be so focused and become that carer, that decision maker, everything throughout Dad's illness. And it wasn't just, very quick either. That was very much drawn out for a long period of time. It's kind of like, in a sense, because you stepped into that role, you weren't able to be the daughter, you weren't able to prepare yourself for that grief that was coming, because a lot of us, when loved ones are sick and know that sort of like can see the deterioration, we actually start to grieve before we need to. But you had to hold it together and stay focused and get done. You took that role on, and I get Dad's very proud of the way that you handled that, even though he fought you a lot of the time. And it's like I just got this cheeky smile from him when he said that as well. So it was like you're on par, you're on focus. You're in the moment. You weren't allowing yourself to go to those emotions because you needed to be strong for him and everybody else. So now that he's gone, it's like you've got that pre-grief energy coming up as well. Okay, that is moving and all coming through. So there's so many mixed emotions coming up. Your dad's saying stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Okay, so would I be right in saying that you're constantly putting that pressure on yourself? You're constantly going, well, this isn't me, this isn't right, I shouldn't be doing this, I've got to stay focused for my family. Yeah. Okay, because it's not just your dad. You were dealing with your husband's health as well. You were trying to balance your dad's business. You were going through your own work stuff, and then you were worried about your own health. So it's kind of like you've carried so much weight on your shoulders for such a long period of time. You need to give yourself the permission now to grieve, to let that go. Okay, and I get that's hard because that's still, in a sense, that's you feeling connected, close to Dad. Okay.
I just miss him, Leanne.
He knows, honey. He really does. I wish I could I'm giving you a big energetic hug. Okay.
I don't know how to get through it.
Yeah. It's please don't apologise. You've got nothing to apologise.
To get easier, it's getting hard.
Yeah, because you're dealing with so much, hon. Okay. Have you actually thought about talking maybe to a grief counsellor or something, or somebody that you can open up with about all this stuff?
Just you.
Okay. I'm always here.
You help me.
Yeah, I'm pleased I can help, and I am always here.
But I've been bottling it in.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I've got, Mitchell's sick, and then today Jaden Oh, it's been an awful day. Jaden at school, I got an email saying that someone in his class committed suicide at school today.
Yeah.
We don't know if it is committed suicide now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's questions around it. But then at the same time, it's a loss again. It's stirring up those emotions that you just keep bottling up.
Brothers, and then I hear committing suicide.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all that stuff. And to me, there's still grief around your brother's passing, and that's been a lot longer.
I haven't gotten over that.
Yeah. But you had to hold it together for Mum. You had to hold it together for Dad, just to start with. So this needs to be your time to step back and go, if I need to cry, scream, whatever, let it out. Because the more you keep suppressing it, the more it's going to keep manifesting and getting harder to control. Okay, but that is, okay, thank you. Spirit just made reference to it's the fear of letting go. Okay.
With Dad?
I get it's the fear of letting the emotions go and not having that control. So not being able to stop crying by acknowledging the emotions, you're acknowledging he's gone. Honey, all that emotion that is building up, all that grief is what is stopping you from feeling his energy around you, okay? Because what can happen is we can create those blocks, those fears. And I do it myself. My grandmother's been gone for 30-odd, I think I did the sums before in my head, 31 years. I thought about it as we were going live. If I sit and really think about her, I'll just break into tears, sort of thing.
You don't get anything from me.
No, because when the odd times I have literally felt her energy, I sat there and bawled. I remember the day we were going to pick up the keys from our house when we built our last house. I'm in the shower, and next minute I've got my nana on one side of me, behind me, and Para on the other. And I'm like, guys, I'm in the shower, I'm naked, type of thing. It's not the place. But to feel their energy, I just become an emotional wreck, sort of thing. And I could feel their love. I could feel their pride.
But I want his energy. And that's the thing, because I had Darren to sort of get me through it for so many years.
Yep.
Where's Dad? And where have they gone? That's what I said on Sunday. Where have they gone?
They are still there, but it's your grief that sort of blocks it. Think of it like this. It's kind of, in a sense, they will just take that slight step back to give us the room and the permission to grieve. And as you work your way through that grief, you'll start to see the signs and stuff. You questioned it today. Next minute, the song popped up. That's their way of saying, hey, we are still here, but the focus needs to be on you.
But am I going to get him to touch me?
Yes. Yes. And it's going to come when you least expect it. Because we ask him to do this stuff and it doesn't always happen straight away.
He knows I'm hurting, doesn't he?
He does, honey, and he's hurting with you. Okay. Also, keep in mind, Dad was very weak. Dad was very ill.
Oh, no, he was.
Yeah. So they, on the other side, go through a healing process, and some people can take longer than others. So when they're doing that, it means that as they build their strength, they build up the energy to communicate easier, sort of thing. So, you know, I've had spirits that have been gone a couple of months that I can just pick up on their energy, but it fades out very quickly, or I've got to give them permission to pull on my energy to communicate for a couple of minutes, sort of thing, and it really drains me.
Dad's is a bit weak.
He's still healing. And you know the way Dad was in this world, how stubborn he was? That hasn't changed on the other side. Okay. So he's going to do things in his way over there, the way he did now, because that's still one of his lessons he needs to learn, to let go of that stubbornness. So when they pass over, they do a lot of reflection. Okay. My feeling is Dad is putting the signs in front of you, but the grief is blocking a lot of those, and they might only be very quick signs. For some reason, I want to say, look at your older son and the things he says. So whether he says things that remind you of your dad or things he does that you just think, oh, God, that's Dad. I get the signs are coming through your older son at the moment. Okay. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have you sat down and put pen to paper, written down how you're feeling? Write down a message, like a letter. dear Dad, and how you're feeling, acknowledge what you went through, whatever comes up, because it's a way of helping acknowledge how you're feeling if you can't say those things. And it doesn't need to be between anybody else besides you and him.
It's just up and down. It's just...
Yeah, which is totally normal.
And I'm busy and I've got my life to live, and then I go date. Well, I have thought about them a few times today, but it's getting better and better.
Yeah.
It's not absorbing my brain.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Yeah. Well, hey, when he was here, he was absorbing your brain because it was constant,
Oh, that was a different...
Yeah, that's it, I know. But you're going to have your good days and you're going to have your bad days. But when you do have your bad days, just remember to nurture you through it rather than trying to hold it all together.
Can't pack his house up. Yeah.
No, and that will come in time.
Near his house.
Yeah. There's no rush, is there?
No. Well, we're coming up now to probate, so we need to then now put his house on the market. But I've stepped away because I was all, and this is my personality, bung, 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 bung. Right, okay, he's passed away, and well, I did everything. I continue on that. Right, house and market, pat, pat, pat.
Yeah.
But because of the probate, I couldn't touch anything, but now I've had time to rest.
Yeah.
I can't, now I can't go back.
Yeah. Yeah. You will know the right time. And if you don't walk in that house again, that's okay. You need to do what's right for you. And you were the one handling everything when he was alive. Let your siblings step up and do their bit.
It's like I don't want to. It's like I feel like I need to.
Well, that's okay. You've got to find peace within yourself. And by holding back that grief, it makes it really hard to find that peace sort of thing. And I promise it will get easier as time goes on.
It's getting harder.
Yeah, because you're bottling it up, hon. It's that feeling.
I'm doing okay. I haven't done this before.
Yeah.
Grieving stuff.
Yeah. And just remember, there is no right or wrong way.
I never thought I'd be this. As my husband said to me the other night, he goes, "Are you going to be this upset when I die?" Nice.
What is it with husbands? My husband the other day, we're talking about gold with somebody, and he says, in front of me, mind you, my husband says to this person, my wife always says gold's an investment. So when she dies, the first thing I'm doing is selling off the gold to get my money back.
Oh.
I'm like, thanks, honey. Love you too.
Oh, look, they mean well.
They do. I'm just like, I can't believe he just said that.
Oh.
But, he's taking my words and throwing it back at me as an investment. So you got to love him. But,
I know.
Yeah. But you think about it, hon, in a sense, you have been through a lot of trauma. As much as you haven't had like the car accident or the physical stuff to cause injury, you've held on to like a lot of energy for a very long time. And in a sense, it's like you became the parent when you were caring for Dad. You were making the decisions. You were having to stand strong as he fought you every step of the way as well. So, and that's where I was saying to Sue, like, her mum is now saying, I need to go somewhere. She's ready. I know your dad was never going to be ready.
I know she's got a little bit of dementia, but you know what? Take it, get the help, because it's too much.
Yeah, because if things get too bad too quickly, it makes it so much harder.
And they live longer if they've got help.
Yeah, exactly. But then in the same stage, like I said to Sue, it's hard to make that decision when you've got to put them into care, and if they don't want to go or they're not ready. That's harder for the family left behind.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And I hear that so much,
Dad hated me for putting him in that place. Hated me.
And you would be very surprised how many times I hear my clients say to me, have they forgiven me for doing that? On the energetic side, the spirit knew they needed to go there. They needed that help. But the physical human mind the monkey mind gets in the way, and the stubbornness, and they're determined that they know best, but don't want to let go of that independence a lot of the time. Dad was a very stubborn, independent man. Look what he did with the car in the swimming pool after being told not to drive, and he reckoned he could, sort of thing. So, you've got to, people need to find that happy medium, but also know that what they've done it from the heart when you've made those choices out of their best interest. Okay, and that's something that I think everybody needs to hold on to, that those decisions are made out of love.
Okay.
All right.
Now I have another question.
Okay. Yeah.
You came out with all of this. I had other questions, and
I wondered why I had to go down this path today. It's all Jay's fault. She started it this morning.
Well, maybe you were meant to talk to me tonight.
Yeah.
It was weird. Now, my job. What do you see in the next few months?
Okay. I get the reference to just being a bit of a rocky road between now and Christmas, but then I get there will be focus and things will settle down. So would I be right in saying work is going through change, or you are transitioning into a little bit different area?
Yeah, we're moving.
Yeah. Okay. Because I get it's positive. It's a step in the right direction. So to me, I get the reference to come after Christmas, things are going to be much more settled. You're going to feel more at peace and settled within yourself. And I get things will flow.
What about my position? What do you see with that?
I get it safe. I actually feel like you'll be stepping up, taking on more of a role. Okay.
I heard something today. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. You're capable of it.
I know. I love it.
Yeah. And it's going to be right down your field type of thing, your alley in that sense. So, and I do get the reference to you're going to have room to move within that. So put things in place, make things happen that you're not being able to do so far.
So you say that next year, not this year?
Yeah, I feel like straight after Christmas. So I want to say things are just going to be a little bit unsettled between now and Christmas, just those little ups and downs. But come the new year, 2022, things will settle down really quickly.
So there's another lady. Oh, sorry, what was that?
I was just going to say, what is it with the number 2 for you? Because I keep saying 2 is going to be very strong for you.
That's my favourite number. I'm born on the 2nd.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, because 2 is very strong. You think of it next year as 2022. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if Sarah is meaning this message for you. Oh, yes, it is for Nicole. It says Nicole in it. I'm happy to send that Nicole free distant Reiki if she would like it. So if you're interested in that, maybe reach out to Sarah.
And it's funny because I need healing. I feel like I need something.
Yeah, and Reiki is very much going to help you nurture you, move a lot of that energy, the fears and stuff, but you will find the emotion will come up. I think any sort of healing you have at the moment, the emotion's got to be coming up, but you need to just go with it, let it do what it needs to do. Thank you, Sarah, for a beautiful offer.
Yeah, that was lovely.
It is. Oh, look, we've got lots of love and healing coming through. Love and light as well. Thank you, honey.
Thanks.
Yeah, so it's funny because today I had to write because I got nominated for a community award in building my community and stuff like that with a group of business people. And they asked, the email I got back this morning was, I'm going to get teary-eyed about this, asking why I think I deserve the award. Now, I hate selling myself. And in the short thing, I put the biggest part of it that really resonates with me is how much of a beautiful community that I have been able to build and bring together, and the way I am supported, and the way the amazing people in this community support and love each other when you don't know each other from a bar of soap sort of thing. It's online. And that was my biggest point I needed to make with that thing today, was the way the right people come together and we do support each other. And
the good souls.
Oh, amazing souls. Yeah. So a big thank you to everybody as well. Thank you, honey. So beautiful. All right, honey. Well, can I leave you with that, please? Sure. Sending you lots of love and a big hug and healing as well. And remember, I'm always here.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. You take care of yourself. Yeah. Okay. Bye, hon. I think so many of us just need to have that reminder at the moment, no matter what you are going through, we need to nurture ourselves. Oh, thank you, Nat. That's beautiful. We really do need to nurture ourselves because the universe has been testing us so much the last few months. Let's say a quick hi to Jen, because I know we've gone over time, which is not surprising.
Hello.
Hey, honey, how you going?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yes, good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I was a bit worried about you because I came late last week and you disappeared, and then you went on Friday with Roz, and I was like, oh, hope she's okay.
Yeah, Wednesday I was like a bit because I worked. Roz and I had 4 days away with work, constant readings sort of thing, and I hadn't nurtured myself enough. And I was feeling very tired and flat and exhausted. And I did say at the beginning of the show, I think this could be a short show. And I reckon around the half-hour mark,
Just cut out.
it cut out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Roz is messaging me on my phone going, you've cut out. Mum's going, you cut out. And Roz is like, you're going to get back on. I went, nope, the spirit's telling me that's it. That's my limit. Sort of thing.
Well, that's good.
And I think I was I reckon by about 7:30, 7:45, I was ready for bed on Friday. I just couldn't keep my eyes open. So energy lately is crazy. All these shifts we are going through, I think is really affecting us in a lot of ways at the moment. But I do feel like it's getting better.
Well, I'm glad that you made the decision to look after yourself.
Yeah.
Because I know that you give a lot of yourself. So, and probably, always want to give, but it's important to look after yourself.
Yeah. It has been hard to learn the lesson, not to feel guilty when I do decide to do that. Yeah. And Wednesday night when Roz just says, okay, take care, get a good night's sleep, I just went, thank you. I hit the pillow feeling very much at peace with my decision. Yeah. And that's the thing, I guess for so long I'm always telling everybody else to nurture me, that I have had to learn to do it myself as well. So it is good. Roz is saying spirit is good to us. They are, Roz, aren't they? Yeah. Beautiful.
I've just got a really quick question.
Yeah.
Did you and Roz go to Scroll Queen when you were down in Mount Gambier?
No! All about it. We are back in the third week of January, so that's got to go. Roz is good at remembering things. Can you put that in your diary, honey? Scroll Queen.
Oh, man. When I was on the chat with you guys on that Friday night, I was like, oh, you have to go down there. They are so delicious. Yeah.
That's it. Well, I think both of us were pretty much from, I think I started at 8:30 in the morning on the Saturday and the Sunday, and I think by 9:30 Roz had started, and the sun was pretty much going down by the time we finished. It was hectic.
Yeah.
But Roz is saying two buckets. We actually got was it the Saturday night, Roz? We got pizza delivered because neither of us could be bothered getting in the car to go anywhere. I do have to say I was so proud of Roz in the way she handled herself and the amount of clients that she had through, because Roz, when we've travelled, because she hasn't been to too many of these areas, like I've been half a dozen times to some of them, sort of thing, so people sort of get to know you. But it was just like bang, 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 one in the door, one out sort of thing. So I am very proud of how she handled herself and the great work she did. So
it must be exhausting. Like, I'll try and remind you guys. I was going to send you guys a message because Mom's going next time. Oh, so Margaret, it's basically they're bread scrolls, like the cinnamon scrolls that you can get, but they do loads of different flavors and they're so delicious. They used to just do them at the markets on the weekends, but now I've read that they've actually opened up a scroll place like a little bit out of Mount Gambier, like not quite in Mount Gambier Central, but they supply to a few cafes that are actually in Mount Gambier. They sell out really quick though. I had a friend that kept luring me down to Mount Gambier for certain reasons, and I was like, oh, did I get to see him and I get scrolls?
That's it, exactly. Double Benny.
Oh, my God, great.
Oh, God, the mind goes anywhere now. Oh, God. Tears of emotional laughter. Mum says, thank you. Sounds good. Mum is coming with us in January and she's going to be a driver, chauffeur, whatever we need. So Mum does not forget, believe me. So she will remind us.
Yeah. I was going to send you guys a message like on the Saturday after your live, but I forgot. But yeah, scroll queen again. It's not anything that I have any kind of affiliation with, other than the fact that I love food and they make great food.
Now, Chris, maybe there's something you and Jen could have in common. Sorry. Oh. I told Chris last time I seen him, he'd make a really good son-in-law. So. Lovely gentleman. Anyway, sorry, Chris. Sorry, Jen. I never stop, do I? Love it. So beautiful.
Cool.
Now, did you ask me a question? Oh, yeah, it was about the scroll.
That was my only question. That was my only burning question.
I'm thinking, was there a spirit question?
You're like, no, there was just a stupid question about food. Like, my priorities straight.
That's what I was saying. I don't. Remember we're having them. I do hope we'll remember. Ros, Mum's not going to let us forget her, I'm sure. Oh, there we go. Just Uber Eats in New Zealand.
I wish I could get the Uber Eats to Adelaide, like 5 hours away.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we need to put in a special order for a case of them, and we'll all share them. Yeah,
do like a special delivery, like do a scroll run like that. Yeah,
that's it. I was going to say scrolls and whiskey, but I think I'll just get high on the cinnamon. Don't need the whiskey.
I had my first whiskey tasting event last week as well. So
how did it go? Well done.
It was really good. Yeah. So I've had a lot of people interested in doing more. So this one was specifically tailored to women. Like beginner women, and a lot of people have said to me, I'd like to do it, but I want my partner to come. So I think the next one will be open to everyone. And then maybe even potentially moving into gin next year as well.
Oh, wow. Ross gave me a taste of gin and tonic the other day. I'm thinking it's not my sort of cup of tea.
Well, gin and tonic is a lot easier to play around with than whiskey, because you just play around with the fruit that you put it with, like in the dry, like the accompaniments, and you play around with the different types of tonic waters, or the soda water or whatever it is, and it can be quite nice. Do you like sweet things?
Oh yes, I'm a sweet girl.
Yeah, so there's probably a few different ones that I would recommend, but that's the beauty of what I'm trying to establish. I'm like, if you go somewhere and have a gin tasting, you're going to have 3 or 4 gins from the same distiller, whereas what I'm trying to do is have whiskies and gins from different distilleries, so that you can go try a whole bunch of ones and go, I want a bottle of that, or next time I'm out, I know I definitely do not want that because that is terrible. So having a bit of fun.
I love it. So do you have a date set up for the next one?
It's Thursday, beginning of December. I want to say maybe the 3rd or something like that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
How can people get in contact to book with you?
Oh, you're trying to talk to me. I'm very bad at this, Leanne.
I'm hopeless at marketing myself, but I like to market others.
I'm like, right, I see what you're trying to do now.
We'll fill the room. I might just have come for a laugh. I'll be the one on the floor laughing their head off after half a glass.
I've actually set up a Facebook page, and it's called Distillery Darling. If people look on Facebook or on Instagram, I'm under Distillery Darling, and you can message me on there. It's got a little blue logo that's on there and some cartoon pictures around, and slowly building things up. Because at first I was like, I'll just do this for fun, but so many people are like saying, oh no, I really want to do it. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll keep doing it, and if it all falls over, I have a lot of gin and whiskey to drink.
Exactly.
So maybe
we'll never run out. So Roz, maybe we need to book into that. You'll make money out of me because I won't drink much at all. I might just have to tease somebody, Mum, can you drive that night? I have never rung my mum up and asked her to come and pick me up drunk. So there's always
Never.
a first.
Even as an 18-year-old?
No.
Really?
No, never. If I got drunk, it was home.
Wow.
Sort of thing. So, yeah. I've always said to my kids, if you're drunk, you ring me. I don't care what sort of hour of the day or night it is. But, yeah, never did that to my mum. I think I did stand in the middle of Hindley Street after my sister's hens night, pretty pissed, telling her I loved her and hugging her, getting her bums nearly wiped off by traffic. But that's probably the worst I did.
I think the worst that I've been for a very long time is a couple of years ago. I went to a whiskey event and I tried 44 different whiskeys in one sitting. And I'm not a huge person. And I was sitting there and I was like, no, I'm fine. I got up, I walked outside, and as soon as the fresh air hit me, I was like, I'm not fine. I need food right now.
Get me food.
Like, I need food right now and I need to sit down again, because all of a sudden everything is spinning. I'm like, this is bad.
See, that's what I hate, is the spinning side of it. I remember one night I did get pissed after I stopped breastfeeding. It was New Year's Eve and I'd been to my cousin's funeral that day. Got pissed across the road at the neighbours, walked home or stumbled home. Paul's got the 2 kids in prams and whatnot. I'm laying in bed on a waterbed with my big toe touching the floor, because I could only reach it with my big toe, just to try and stop things from moving around. It was interesting times.
Look, I've certainly learnt now my limit is usually anything past 4 is just not a good idea. Like, it's just, I'm like, look, I'll happily have 1 or 2. That's fine. But yeah. Ross, I don't understand why fresh air is bad. I don't understand it. As soon as I hit fresh air, I was like, oh, this is very, very bad. But
the way the body reacts.
About knowing your limits, and but I the one that I had, quite a few people drove, and I had a measure, and I was like, you're welcome to have as much as you like. However, if you need to drive, I'm happy to give you like 5 or 10 meals, just so that you can try it, and then you know exactly how much you've drunk before you need to get in your car and things like that. So it's responsible.
A good way to do it.
Yeah, but at the same time, if people just have other people to drive, that's fine.
Or you give your shots to somebody else, take it and hand it over.
Yes.
For me, it'd be just like a whiff, and that's it. Somebody else want to drink it.
I've determined that there will be something that you like, something nice and sweet.
Anything sweet, like I love Moscato. Sort of, who is it? Brown's Brothers? No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, might be Brown's Brothers sort of thing. Moscato, and yum. But it takes 2 glasses over probably 3 hours, and that's me done. I've never really been a big drinker. So beautiful. Yes. All right, honey. Well, you have to come in before December the, what was it? About the 3rd?
3rd? I think it was the 3rd.
That's a Wednesday night. Oh no, that's November.
Is that a Thursday?
The 2nd is a Thursday in December.
2nd of December. 2nd of December. Yes.
And maybe send me the Facebook link and we can share on the show.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. Hibiscus and lime gin is very yummy.
Yes, I'm slowly building up my gin collection. I've got my eye on a Pavlova gin.
Oh, now you're talking.
I've just bought a green ant gin.
Which sounds interesting.
It tastes like lemon sherbet.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep. So,
Louise is offering for me to smell them. Her drink. I like it. See, I knew I'd get somebody to support me. I love it. Beautiful. Well, all right. Sounds like a good plan.
All right.
Yes, keep us updated.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Maybe if anybody wants to join us, we should get a group together and come along.
Yeah.
So that would be
sounds good.
Amazing.
That's good. Tickets are very, very limited though, because I like to keep them small and intimate. Because I think if there's too many people, it gets a little bit, the vibe's not as good. I quite like keeping it like small and intimate, and everyone just mucks around with each other, and that's more fun.
Love it.
Yeah.
So Ross is hiring a bus. I was going to say, Ross, we'll get an intimate group of people together. So, people, if you want to be intimate with us, and the gym. Oh, God, it could end up being anything.
It's not Mount Gambier.
No. Oh, God. You need to come on a road trip with us. Ross and I will piss ourselves laughing. If we're not working, we're laughing at each other. It's crazy.
Great, though. It's so good. That's why I love watching you guys on Friday together. You guys have so much
Friday
fun.
night frothies. We've got Chris in tears of laughter as well. So I love it. I love the way the guys join in with us. So that's great. Thanks, Chris.
Anyway, I'm going to let you go because you have gone way over.
Yeah, I have. I need to go and say hello to my husband.
We're just talking rubbish, so
I love it. It's been a lovely night. Lots of tears of laughter and emotion, and I love it.
And getting some of that emotion out, I think it's important.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, as much as I'm an empath and I was taking on Nicole's emotions sort of moving as well with that, I still feel like I'm in tears, but there's more tears of laughter. I think the universe is bringing up a lot of emotions in people at the moment. We seem to go through waves of them as well. Leslie, Mount Barker. God, I kept doing that when we were in Mount Gambier, calling it Mount Barker. Mount Gambier is a wonderful place.
That was me making a joke about something that I said before. About my reasons for going down to Mount Barker.
And it wasn't just for the scrolls.
Mount Gambier.
No, you're doing it. I'm pleased I'm not the only one who does it. I keep saying to Ross, oh my God, just shoot me now. I think I called Mount Gambier Mount Barker about 5 or 6 times in the weekend. And I was just like, where am I? I know I've been on the road for a while, but where am I?
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah. I certainly sympathize with Nicole because I lost my dad like when I was quite young. So it is hard. It gets easier. Time makes everything a lot easier. But it's hard when you feel like you're kind of stuck and you're not progressing. But she'll get there.
She will, and sometimes we just need to ask for that bit of help as well.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Let the walls down. Let other people nurture us for once instead of.
And it's really hard to be vulnerable like that. So hats off to her.
Yeah, that's it. She's such a beautiful soul. So.
Yeah, it's a good community to support.
Exactly my point. I love it. So, all right, honey. Good to see you, and take care. We'll see you soon.
Right.
Bye. Bye. And that's the thing. This community that part of my following is an amazing community, and I really do appreciate the love and the messages that come through in support as well. And Anisha is just saying the laughter is beautiful. It's good for our spirit. It certainly is, honey. Thank you for that. It has been a show of tears tonight, and I kind of feel like I could have a good cry still as well. So, feeling others' pain and emotions that are people that we do hold on to from whatever we are going through, to the tears of laughter when I see Jen's beautiful face, and people like Jen, Roz, and different ones that we get together, we do laugh, we do bounce off of each other. And people, when we have connections like that, are just incredible connections. They are that true sort of soul connection in that sense. So thank you so much to everybody for joining in tonight, for your messages. I know I didn't get to as many people as I would have liked to. Please do, I started the show off with talking about spirit, the signs we're given, what sort of happens when we can't see the physical side, but we do pick up on spirit, and that please do trust and surrender to that energy. Take on whatever it is that you're feeling. Acknowledge the signs when they come up, because our grief, our fears, blockages do come in that do stop us sometimes from actually noticing those signs, even though they are still very much around us. Ross is an acknowledgement of being more than just human. Exactly, honey. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. All right. I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining in. It has been an amazing night. I want to say nurture yourselves. We are going through massive energy shifts at the moment. Your intuition might be more in heightened. The emotions might be coming up. You could be picking up the physical stuff. I know for me, I've had a lot of noise in my ears the last couple of days. Thank you for your time. You are very welcome, Louise. It is my pleasure. I could keep going, but I really do need to go and say hello to my husband that has been at work all day and not long got home. And thank you, Leslie, as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being your beautiful selves, and take care, nurture you, and I will see you. I'm back on Friday night, 8:30 with Roz here on Nighttime TV. Lots of love. Bye for now. Take care.